So we were chatting some more, and another really great question, or a bunch of questions about Prathamesh, which were basically he wants to do what I do, or something like what I do. Not exactly what I do, but something like that. He wants to become famous. Well, I'm joking, but you know what I'm saying. It's like um, he wants he wants to be a blessing to the world. Okay. So the question is, where should we produce content? And there are lots of different avenues you can do that. You can do it on TikTok. You can go on, and there isn't that much content, Java content on TikTok at the moment. So if you go on TikTok and produce content on there, you have a good chance of actually reaching, especially younger people. Now you're not that young, so you need to be another 10 years younger to really reach the young people. But you know, your age group you can reach on TikTok definitely. Um, LinkedIn is a really great option nowadays because the nice thing with LinkedIn is you end up getting, I think, pretty good feedback comments. And because the people that are on there are normally not trolls, because they are trying to present a professional profile. So it's quite good, I find, on that perspective. Email is always good, but it's really hard to build an email list. You know, my email list is it's sort of stable size because people leave and people come, and so it hasn't really grown that much in the last few years because you know it's a turnaround, and it takes a lot of effort and especially to make a good list, and it's also expensive to run. The thing is that when you have an audience, you really want to have control over the audience in that don't give away the audience. That's what I'm saying. It should be yours. That's your asset. Your audience is your asset. If you um, and you mustn't forget that. So you're serving them, but they're also your asset. Then about the topics, you should cover the topics that you find the most interesting. Right? When people ask, like, what's this Java Specialist newsletter? I say it's my hobby. It's my hobby. I'd write because I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I really love writing these silly newsletters, these obscure details, obscure facts that nobody noticed before. I love writing about this. It really gives me pleasure, you know. And I've always said, if I don't like it anymore, I'm going to stop. But I really like it. And yes, it does also, the newsletter also does generate marketing. So it gets my name out there. And what if somebody is really doing your topic? It actually doesn't matter. Because, you know, it's like saying, well, somebody's already selling apples. Why it should also sell apples? Well, maybe you've got different apples. There's always different perspectives and everything. So there's no reason to not do something because somebody else is doing it. There are lots of different niches and lots of different flavors. So, you know, it doesn't matter. But don't copy someone. Like, don't try and be someone else. Try and be Prathamesh. Don't be somebody else. You know, be Bongale. Don't be anybody else. And for that, you need to develop your own unique flavor, your unique selling point. And that's something you'll have to discover over time. It should become evident over time. And then the other thing is about becoming a Java champion. So the people who are Java champions are people who are quite public in their contribution to the Java ecosystem. So maybe they're writing lots of articles, maybe they are talking at conferences, maybe they are writing books about Java, maybe they're tutoring young people or old people even on Java programming. But there is a certain element of public persona on that. If you are hiding away in Johannesburg and you know going to work and going home and then just playing video games, you're never going to be a Java champion. This is something that goes over and above your work. And we've got a specific process. It's on javachampions.org. If you go to the website, you'll see it there. There's like bylaws, and that explains the whole process. Basically, you need to convince at least one other person that you have contributed enough to the Java world to be named a Java champion. That's what you have to do. And then they have to write a motivation for that. And they have to then find one other Java champion to second the nomination. And then it goes
Okay.
forward to a vote. It first they look at it, they say, is Prathamesh Bongale worthy to be called a Java champion? And they would then, well, the people would then look at the nomination document and say, well, um, yes or no. Like, there might be an objection, say, well, he hasn't done enough yet. Let's just see how the blog develops. Let's wait 5 years and see how it goes. And this is not something you can study for. It's not something you can do within 3 years. Target must do it. It's really is a matter of producing, helping, making the world a better place, and then once you've done that, to keep on doing it. Right? You don't want to be. Your goal shouldn't be to be a Java champion. Your goal should be to enjoy what you're doing, to contribute to the world, and then as a side effect, you got noticed. And a lot of the people that become Java champions, it's not that they suddenly did something amazing. It's more that we forgot we didn't nominate them before. We're very sorry. We should have nominated these guys a long time before, but somehow they slipped through the cracks and we didn't do it. And then also, once they become Java champions, nothing changes for them. They continue, writing articles, sending out uh, video tutorials and things like that. In other words, it's not something that you should want too much. If you want it too much, you're probably going to be a bit disappointed. But rather, produce content that you enjoy, that makes you happy, and that you'll find interesting. And then, and the other thing I've got to add to this is consistency. Right? This is what's really important. I sent out my first newsletter on the 30th of November 2000. It was my first newsletter sent out to like 80 people. And I've been doing it almost every month. I've missed a few months, but almost every month since then I've been sending it out. Initially I did more than once a month. I did like every week or 2 weeks. But then I slowed down to once a month because it does take a bit of time. And the only other newsletter that I know, Java news, that's been that long, is Jack Shirazi's Java Performance Tuning. And he's been going, he started in December 20th or something, 2000. So he started just a few weeks after me. And he's also been going consistently since then. He's actually been more, I think he missed 1 month in all these years. So it's about consistency. And I see this a lot. People come up with this great idea. Hey, I'm going to do a blog. Great. So they start a blog and they write an article. The next month they write another article. And the next month they write another article. And then, 6, 7 months go by and they slow down to once every 3 months. And then all of a sudden you look at the blog and there's nothing new. And unfortunately, this is, you have to keep on going no matter what. You have to keep on producing good content month after month. You can't stop. If you stop, your entire thing goes out the window. Like you I wouldn't say credibility because nobody is asking you to do it. But if you want to build up a long-term reputation, you got to keep on going. Even if it seems like nobody is reading it, you got to keep on going. Any questions?
No, I think that covered my answer for all the three questions that I had. So I think I'm fine.
I'm really
Thank you,
looking forward
Dr.
to what you're gonna produce. I'm really looking forward to it because I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be very good. Just keep on going. Don't give up.
Okay. No. I will just I will try and see work on what I want to do ahead. As you said that you should have your unique flavor to what you do, and that's how people will know. Okay, this is how Prathamesh Bongale creates his content or write his blog. So that's where I will firstly focus on I don't want to do it just for the namesake or just to do it, but as you said, you really need to love it, and that's how you can keep it going for a longer time,
Mm.
or else it's just going to fade away in few months or weeks. So yes, I will try and build that first on what I need to do, and then I think we'll take it forward.
And I
Uh,
think, with the unique thing, unique approach, what I did is I took someone from a completely different domain, nothing to do with programming, nothing to do with Java, and I borrowed his unique selling approach. His unique approach. I borrowed that for my newsletter. So if you look outside of the Java world, look at what people in fashion are doing, or anything like completely different, and look for something which speaks to you, which you really like, and then you copy that, but make it as a Java publication or Java newsletter or Java blog or vlog or podcast, whatever you like. Because there are not many great podcasts out there. For example, there are not there you know there aren't many producing unique content consistently. It's not doesn't exist much. So if you borrow a good approach from someone unrelated to the Java industry, you'll be able to come in with something fresh and new, and people will, I think, will love it. All right,
cool. Thanks.
let's stop this as well.